Now we get into the question of what is trauma. So, what is the actual definition of it? Trauma is not defined by the event itself, but it is how the mind and the body respond to that event. So, this is where people will say, okay, if you have a family, you have siblings, you have things like that, brothers, sisters, they grow up in the same exact household, they experience the same exact parents. Yet one sibling will go off and be successful and they become the doctor or the engineer, and they make all this money and they have the beautiful family and everything works great. And then you have the other sibling that grew up in the same exact house with the same exact parents and they are addicted to drugs. They have multiple issues. They may be in and out of jail. They're constantly getting into trouble, causing a nuisance throughout the street. And people will look at this and they'll be like, but I'm confused. You guys grew up in the same house. How is it possible that from having the same parents, having the same upbringing, this person turned out okay and this person is like, wow. So what we want people to understand is that trauma is absorbed and experienced by the person, however their system absorbs it. So you may be in the house and what your parents say to you or show you or do for you is going to look very different for your system than how what your parents say and do for your sibling looks in their system. So with that, it helps people see that I may grow up with my sibling and nothing that my parents do affects me and I'm okay, but for my sibling, it does the complete opposite. It's all about how your mind and your body respond to that situation, respond to that event. Trauma can also be emotional, physical, psychological, or spiritual. In our community, we're big on church. We love the Lord, but y'all don't hate me on this because it could just be an American perspective. I saw so many churches when I visited Nigeria, and I saw so many people looking for deliverance, yet not everybody was delivered, right? So the reality is there's so many ways that trauma can be experienced, whether it's like emotional abuse or neglect, whether it's like physical abuse or neglect, whether it's spiritual abuse, right? There's so many things that can occur in our community, in our cultures, that in our system, it is absorbed and received and processed as a traumatic experience. So we just want to be sure that as we're talking about this what is trauma piece and what that looks like, this gives people a chance to understand that, one, we're not using the same definition for everybody, in that however the brain and the body respond is going to shift how this person like experiences that event or how their system digests that event.